Lab Addicts Music Group. Lab Addicts Music Group.
What's goody? What's goody? What's goody? It's your boy Maas. It's Monday night. Hopefully everyone had a great weekend. It's productive. But before we go any further, we got to give the thanks to the Most High for allowing us to make it to another day, to see another sunrise, see another sunset, and remind the people that we love that we do love them. With that being said, what's good? How's everybody doing tonight? What's going on to the MA family? I'm having some technical difficulties tonight. I'm not sure why, but yeah, my microphone is not working. So my voice is loud enough. So if I'm not loud enough, just let me know. Just let me know. But shouts out to everybody that's watching on Facebook. Shouts out to everybody that's watching on YouTube, MA family. Shouts out to everybody watching on X. For some reason, I had to apply to stream on TikTok, so they said they'll let me know in about a day. And I didn't put the key in for Instagram, so my bad. But it's been crazy. It's been crazy over the weekend and going into Monday. We got the riots that are going on in LA, and people are comparing the riots now to I think the riots of '92. I don't think that comparing riots is a good thing, but I don't see this riot being in comparison. And that's just early on. But I mean, there were 700 Marines that were sent to LA earlier today, and now I'm just seeing that Trump has authorized 2,000 more National Guard troops to go to LA. So it's a very volatile situation that's going on. And when we were talking about ICE earlier this year, and a lot of people were saying that they wouldn't run into schools, they wouldn't go into schools to get the children and things like that. And true, they wouldn't go into the schools, but they would go to off-campus graduation ceremonies and apprehend people there. And that's what happened last weekend in LA, as well as large-scale ICE operations at various construction sites. There was even, I'm not sure if it's in California, but there was even a company executive that called ICE on his employees. And it came out that he did that because he didn't want to pay them, which is crazy. But there's been a lot of crazy nonsense going on. As well, RFK Jr. removed all the current members of the CDC Vaccine Advisory Committee. Wow. YWG said they went into a elementary school's graduation proceedings. And President Trump, he basically went into LA without talking to the governor of California. Hold on for 1 second. Yeah, he basically went over the governor. Trump this weekend became the first president in about 60 years to call in the National Guard without a request from a governor to help quell protests in Los Angeles against immigration and customs enforcement raids. He didn't invoke the Insurrection Act like a lot of people thought that he did, but yeah, there's a lot of people that said he is being very, very heavy-handed. But I mean, people are acting like President Trump hasn't always been heavy-handed, whether it's a good thing or a bad thing. But it would be bad to call this an insurrection. It's not an insurrection. These are protests. And only thing I can say is, who will be next? Who will be the next group of minorities that will be targeted? There's a lot of people. I got emails today saying that I should talk about, will black people be the next group of people targeted? I don't know. I think I don't think we ever stop being targeted. And you know, and I say that knowing that there are good there's great things about the United States, but there's also bad things. There's also bad things. I mean, we can't talk about the good without talking about the bad. But how do you all feel about President Trump sending I'm pretty sure that there are over 3,000 troops, National Guard, as well as Marines and other jurisdictions? Do you all think that this is overzealous? Do you all think that this is a little bit too much? What do y'all think? Well, yeah, I don't. People saying that black people are going to be the next group of people targeted, but I don't think we ever stop being targeted. I don't think we ever stop being targeted. But that's my opinion. 200 troops. No, 2,000. 2,000 more troops. They sent 700 Marines into Los Angeles this morning, and Trump just authorized for 2,000 more National Guard troops to be deployed into Los Angeles. Marines being mobilized for LA protests as California vows to sue the Trump administration. California Attorney General Rob Bonta and Governor Gavin Newsom are asking the court to set aside President Trump's unlawful action of federalizing the California National Guard amid protests in Los Angeles. The U.S. Northern Command announced today it has activated about 700 Marines to help protect federal personnel and property in the Los Angeles area. They will join the 300 National Guard troops so far on the ground after Trump activated 2,000 members over the weekend. So that's 3,000 troops that are inside. People are already there. There have been people that have already been shot by rubber bullets. They're using non-lethal force on the crowd. Some of the reporters that have been reporting, a CNN reporter was shot with rubber bullets, I think yesterday, possibly maybe today. It could be yesterday. Yeah. But yeah, it's crazy. Is this government for the people? Is this government for the people? What do you all think? Is the government for the people? He didn't call he backtracked on that. He didn't say it was an insurrection, but he did activate troops to go to LA. 3,000. There are 3,000 National Guard and activated servicemen, as well as 300 National Guard troops in Los Angeles right now, along with the Los Angeles Police Department. Juggernaut said he should have waited for the government to call them in. He should have waited. I mean, President Trump is always going to be heavy-handed with states that have Democratic governors. He's always going to be heavy-handed. He's always going to try to make them look like they can't lead. I mean, people are acting like this is something. This is his playbook. This is playbook. He already doesn't like California. He doesn't like Gavin. I mean, I don't know if he doesn't like Gavin Newsom, but he hasn't had anything good to say about Gavin Newsom. And he just usurped his authority over the weekend by activating California National Guard without the consent of the governor. Is that troubling? Is that something that needs to be looked at? I mean, he basically usurped the governor's authority because he wanted to. Is Donald Trump setting a precedent for a different type of president, a different type of presidency? What do you all think that is alarming? What Donald Trump did by overstepping the governor of California? And what would be his reasoning to do so? Logically, what would be his reasoning to overstep the governor of California and activate the California National Guard? YWG said the governor said that people were peaceful until the guard got there and started cracking skulls. They said they had one of the most volatile nights in the city of LA last night. Police used flashbangs and tear gas to disperse crowds, with some hitting protesters, as well as protesters setting self-driving cars on fire. Was ICE wrong to arrest individuals at graduation ceremonies, kindergarten ceremony, elementary ceremonies, middle school ceremonies, high school ceremonies, college ceremonies. Was ICE wrong? Why you call the man Count Dracula? Stephen Count Dracula Miller is in his ear, putting the battery in his back. What are the Democrats going to do to stop Donald Trump, President Trump? What can they do? What can the Democrats do? Is Donald Trump setting himself up to be impeached again? Wow, wouldn't that be crazy? President twice, impeached twice. What do y'all feel about JFK Jr. firing the entire CDC Virus Advisory Committee? What's going on? What is going on in Washington? What is going on in both coasts, the West Coast and the East Coast, are very volatile right now. I mean, what is going on with the government? This government is in shambles. You have people that are firing people left and right. You have people that have no history of experience in the departments that they are running, who are firing seasoned professionals from positions of authority and oversight. And there's no telling who he's going to put on the advisory committee. I mean, how do y'all feel about the stuff that's going on in Washington? This is just, you couldn't make this up in a movie script. Some of the stuff that is going on in Washington, D.C. and in the government, the federal government. You have ICE, who the chief of ICE is retiring at the end of this month. The head of ICE is retiring at the end of this month, while ICE is in its largest ever deportation task. and he's retiring. He's the man who said, do all this. He's not going to see. He's not going to see the mission through to the end. He's going to retire right at the beginning of when everything really starts happening. When the stuff that he wanted to happen is being enacted, he's retiring. You can't make this stuff up. You can't make this stuff up. You can't. The man who put the battery in Donald Trump's back to basically deport everyone, he's not even going to see his mission to the end. He's retiring at the end of June. Yeah, Boss Hogg, the head of ICE. Boss Hogg. YWG, you got a name. YWG, you got a name for everybody. But do you all? I mean, I asked. I started the poll tonight, and I said, under Trump, has the government been for the people? 88%. 88% said no, Trump hasn't been for the people, and 12% said yes. The person or persons that said that Trump has been for the people, I would love to hear your reasoning. What is Trump's approval rating right now? Hold on, let me. What is Donald Trump's approval rating right now? What is Donald Trump's approval rating? It's like 6 different approval rating numbers. None of them. %53 of people now disapprove of Trump. As well, Elon Musk is seen as unfavorable by 56% of Americans. But I'll be honest with you. I think this argument is just a play. Elon Musk lost a lot of money. He lost a lot of money siding with the Don. So if he has an argument with Donald Trump, then people will be like, oh, he's striking back. That's not going to get your money back, Elon. And it doesn't even, I mean, what do you all think about it? I think it's a play. I think that this argument between Elon Musk and Donald Trump is a play to get Elon Musk back in the good graces. He lost all that money and nobody's buying his cars in America. What's funny is Republicans, they don't even like electronic cars. It was Democrats, mainly Democrats, who were buying Teslas. It was Democrats who were buying all those Teslas. Here in Cincinnati, It's crazy because I guess it's changing now. But here you go to Walmart, they don't even have charge. A lot of the stores in the Cincinnati and Northern Kentucky region, there are no charging stations because this is a Republican area, and Republicans really were not with electric cars. They want you to buy cars that are going to use coal and gas, petroleum. It makes Elon look not so smart to align yourself with the people who weren't even buying your cars to go against the people who were buying your cars. There aren't even charging stations. I mean, I guess I think there's like 4 or 5 Tesla supercharging stations in this whole region. Like 5. And the charging stations that they do have are the ones that take your car about 10 hours to charge up. So you can't really leave your car there for 10 hours to charge it up. I guess you leave it there while you. But the hotels have charging stations, but they don't have a lot. The hotels here, they may have like 1 or 2 of those wired charge. Not even the charging stations where you back your car up and you plug it into the. Nah, these are the ones with So that lets me know that the infrastructure isn't even set up in Cincinnati, Ohio, and Northern Kentucky for there to be a lot of people with electric cars unless you have the charger in your house. Because that's not when I was in Washington D.C., you go to Walmart, there's a row of 15 charging stations for people to charge their cars while they're in Walmart. There's no charger stations, and they may be putting them in now, but there were no charger stations here. I mean, Elon didn't really, he didn't think. He couldn't have been thinking. How do you all feel about what's going on in LA? And why are they even trying to compare it to the riots of 92? I don't think that, I mean, this is different. And I say it's different, and that's not, I mean, I'm, I'm not qualified to answer that question. Maybe somebody that's in the chat can help you with that. But my question is, if your car runs on electricity, why can't the rotation of the wheels create a charge? I mean, it does create a lot of static electricity. That it does. Whew. Back in the wintertime, when I was working, I caught this fellas, if you get a chance, grab you a cashmere golf shirt. Thank me later. Thank me later. This shirt is so comfortable. But yeah, that's off subject. Yeah. Brothers, if you get a chance, get you a cashmere golf shirt. Softest shirt I ever had. And yeah, that's another thing. That's another thing that's going on is they are asking, How do you all feel about them asking African Americans to join in the protests? There are a lot of African Americans, FBAs, black people, that say that this ain't our fight. Is this black people? Is the immigration is this black people's fight? Is this black people's fight? Because there's a lot of black people that are saying that this ain't our fight. Hey man, don't be mad at me because my clothes fit. Don't be mad at me because my clothes fit. Talking about it look young. Hey man, I ain't got no dad bod. Yeah man, keeps it tight. I keeps it tight. But yeah. So what do y'all think? What do y'all think? They're asking. I mean, are these protests that black people need to join? They're they're asking because basically, I mean, I guess it's a lot of people that are protesting, but is this black people's fight? I'm asking y'all. They are asking African Americans, FBAs, black people to join the protests in LA. I wish I could talk to my roommate from college who lives in. I'm gonna have to call him. I'm gonna call him to get some information on what's going on because LA is different. I don't think that you wouldn't think that they would have to ask black people to join in because even though with prison culture, you know, blacks and Mexicans and stuff don't mix. Even though they don't mix, there's a lot of black and Mexican children. There's lots of black and Mexican relationships in California. But I'm asking, is this a situation where black people need to join in? Or do we look at this like this is not our fight? I'm asking. Because they are, and the reason I say is if they're asking black people to join in the protests in LA, what would be the reasoning for black people to join the immigration protest in LA? And what would be some of the reasons for black people not to join the protest? Come on, y'all. Come on. Engage with me. Tell me. What do y'all think? What would be the reasons for black people to join in the immigration protests in LA? And if you don't think so, what would be some of the reasons for black people not to join the protest in LA? Juggernaut said, I don't think black people need to join in because it's for an illegal situation. Do you really think it's just about okay? So a person came here illegally and they had children. Those children aren't illegal. So how do you police those situations like that where the parents aren't legal but they had children in America and they are legal? Well, I mean It's delicate situations where they're already talking about that children were separated in the last time that the government separated Mexican children from their families. Some of those children still have not been reunited with their families. Juggernaut said, "We are here illegally." Who's we? Who's we? I'm not here illegally. What is you talking about? Who's we? Juggernaut? Talking about we? Come on, man. Yeah, dude said he's moving it somewhere. He said he's gonna move the mural somewhere where they won't paint. They won't spray paint on. 37 minutes into the show. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Share this video out. Subscribe to the page. Share this video. Subscribe to the page. Donald Trump is going after everyone. And I know some people are going to say this is crazy. And like I say, I just throw stuff out there to make you think. But it seems like the only group demographic of people that Donald Trump hasn't made a concerted effort in attacking has been black men. He's got a whole lot of black men out of jail. He's pardoned a whole lot of black men out of jail. Am I wrong? Am I seeing it wrong? Am I seeing it wrong? But is Donald Trump not targeting black men in his scorched earth tactics? He's attacking Latinos. He's attacking black women. He's attacking South Africans. He's attacking Russians. He's attacking the French. He's attacking everyone. But black men have somewhat been unscathed in Donald Trump's tactics. Or am I just seeing it wrong? Am I just seeing it wrong? Now, I am in no shape, form, or fashion a Donald Trump fan. I'm just pointing out things that I see. And I'm asking you all, am I seeing it wrong? Am I seeing it wrong? You ain't been hearing about Omarosa. You ain't been hearing about Omarosa in this term. You haven't even been hearing about Candace Owens. Donald Trump has distanced himself from minority women. Or am I just seeing it wrong? Or am I just seeing it wrong? Or am I just seeing them wrong? I need y'all to tell me. It's a lot of craziness going on. Donald Trump is attacking everybody. Will California calm down? Does Donald Trump want California to calm down? Does Donald Trump want some heads to get cracked? And I'm saying that, but does Donald Trump want some heads to get cracked? Donald Trump has already said that he will back the presidents in their use of, the police in their use of force. Does Donald Trump want heads to get cracked? What is Donald Trump getting out of activating these troops? Was it called for? Does Donald Trump want a volatile situation? What y'all think? Did he purposely activate the military to go down there and crack some heads? Do y'all think Donald Trump would do that? I mean, if the protests are peaceful, what is the reasoning? If the protests are peaceful, what is the reasoning for sending troops in? Unless you want something to happen. You going that deep? We going that deep, Jude? I don't. I hope not. I would hope that he wouldn't do that. I would hope that he would not invoke martial law. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. YWG said it's a test run. What is it a test run for? If it's a test run, what is it a test run for? What's it a test run for? Y'all tell me. What's the test run for? Ooh. You all really think he wants to invoke martial law? I think that's taking it a little bit too far. Martial law, that's a whew. He wants everyone to pay attention so we don't think about his PDF video. I mean, Elon Musk did say Elon Musk did say that Donald Trump was in the Epstein files, and that's the reason they haven't came out. What is Section 70302? School me on that. I haven't, yeah. What is that? He's a master of distraction, and it should have been a magician. Hey, man, there's some people that say he's a time traveler. The Democrats, they can't do anything. It's a double. Donald Trump has a double majority. The Democrats, they just have to sit around and look stupid. I hate to say that. The people that they said were supposedly going to step up, I haven't really heard too much from them. I'm kind of disappointed. I thought we would have heard something from Hakeem Jeffries by now. I keep on holding hope out that someone in the Democratic Party, will come around and take control of some type of show of force. But it never happens. Who? What? Wow. I don't think that. I don't think that that. I don't think that that tape or pictures or I don't think any of that information will ever come out unless Elon puts it out. But you know, Elon said that he knows information that if he says something about it, that he'll get executed. Wow. I thought we would hear something from Hakeem Jeffries by now. I really did. They were propping him up like he was going to be the one that was going to be the dissident. He's been real quiet. Hakeem Jeffries been real quiet. I'm kind of disappointed. I thought, man, who was going to step up? Maxine Waters can't be out here trying to bust up into the LA detention center. The man slammed the door in her face, man. Come on, man. Who is going to help Maxine Waters? She's almost 90 years old. She out here trying to force her way into the LA detention center. Come on. Come on. Who's 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 going who's gonna help Maxine? Man, she's almost she gotta be in her age. Come on, man. Maxine Waters trying to bust her way up into the LA detention center? Who's gonna help her? Have y'all seen that video? It's not funny, but yeah. Maxine Waters trying to grab the door like she gonna jerk her way up. The man was like, "Oh, lady," boom. Hold on, let me find. Hold on, let me find that video. Let me find that video for y'all. That man slammed that door in Maxine Waters' face. Yeah, man. Who's gonna help Maxine Waters? She can't be out here. She can't be out here. Man, you can't. Who's gonna help Maxine Waters? Come on, Hakeem Jeffries. You're supposed to be out there trying to bully your way in there, man. Not Maxine Waters. So yeah, take a look at this video, y'all. Look at Maxine Waters, man. Bless her heart. She tried to get in there. She did. She did try to get in there.
Democratic Congresswoman Maxine Waters was denied entry to a detention center in Los Angeles.
Ma'am, we're lobbying securely now to all visitors.
Excuse me, I need to get in.
Contact our public affairs office.
I need to get in.
The Congresswoman was trying to speak.
Hold on, yeah. Let's go back one more time, y'all. Hold on, man. Let's see. You see how he just slammed the door in her face, man? Oh, man.
The California Democratic Congresswoman Maxine Waters was denied entry to a detention center in Los Angeles.
Ma'am, we're lobbying securely now to all visitors.
Excuse me, I need to get in.
Contact our public affairs office.
I need to get in.
Why'd he slam the door? Why'd he slam the door in Maxine Waters' face like that? I need to get in. Boom. YWG, you a wild dude, man. But yeah, Maxine Waters tried to get into the LA detention center today, and she was denied entry. Maxine Waters is almost, she's got to be in her 80s. She can't be the one out here on the front lines. Democrats. And Democrats, y'all should feel ashamed of yourselves that Maxine Waters has to be out there by herself. You can't make, this lady's 80-something years old. She out there, let me in. I need to get in there, ma'am. It's close to the people out there. I need to get in. Boom. Wow. For real, YWG? Come on, YWG. Okay. Juggernaut said that's against the law to not let her in. Or anyone from the Senate. I'm going to have to look that up. Is that true? I'm going to have to look that up. Is that true? Oh, if y'all wondering, I couldn't take it no more. My face and hair on it, other than this is probably going to come off soon. Yeah, I couldn't do it, y'all. I tried to let some hair grow out on my face. Just call me the barefaced bandit. Just call me the barefaced bandit. I can't have no. Wow. So if it's against the law to not let her in there, who's gonna pay the price? If it's against the law to not let Maxine Waters into the LA detention center, who's gonna pay for that? Who's gonna pay for that? And Democrats, who are y'all gonna? I mean, come on. Y'all got an 80-year-old lady out here on the front lines trying to get her way into the LA detention, and she don't have. There are no junior senators, no junior. Wasn't no junior nobody there with Maxine Waters. I mean, that's what's wrong with the. That's what's wrong with the Democratic Party. Hey, go ahead on, man. Go ahead on, man. I can grow facial hair. It just don't look right. No facial hair. No facial hair for Maas. I looked like a hobo for about 3 weeks. I couldn't take it no more. But who pays the price? Juggernaut said this administration does not care about the rules, only do what they want and defy the law. Who is going to pay the price for Maxine Waters not being able to get into the LA detention center? Who? Juggernaut said, YWG said Democrats are cooked, Republicans are taking it raw dog at will. And Juggernaut said that's why Section 70302 has to be looked at. I'm going to have to read Section 70302. I'm going to read that tonight after the show. I have not had a chance to read that. I'll be reading it after the show. But so if Maxine Waters goes down to the LA detention center tomorrow and they don't let her in, who can compel? What I'm saying is, who can compel them to let her in? Who can compel them? Because that'll be just straight disrespectful if she goes down there tomorrow and they don't let her in. DHS. DHS. Hold on, y'all. Department of Homeland Security. Department of Homeland Security. So, will they have a Department of Homeland Security officer escort her to the LA detention center tomorrow where she can go in and do whatever inspection she wants to do? YWG said if the Democrats somehow win both the Senate and the House and get some balls, they can fix a lot of this. They may be able to win the Senate. They may be able to win the Senate. Not sure about the House. Yeah. It's wild out there, y'all. That's the only thing I can say. Trump also said that he will be keeping Starlink just because him and Elon aren't seeing eye to eye. He will still be using Starlink. They have a right to show up at any time evidently not. Because they sure didn't let her in. So they're saying that Trump defying California's governor, they said that's a dangerous move. And basically what Trump did was Trump signed a presidential memorandum deploying the National Guard to Los Angeles under Title 10 of the United States Code to temporarily protect ICE and other United States government personnel who are performing federal functions as well as federal property. He announced in a memo to Attorney General and the Secretaries of Defense and Homeland Security Saturday. Title 10 allows the president to deploy the National Guard as necessary to repel invasion, suppress rebellion, or execute laws, which means the National Guard reports to the president rather than the governor. Trump's federalization of the National Guard troops marks the first time a U.S. chief executive has used such power since 1992, when the Los Angeles riots erupted after 4 white police officers were acquitted in the beating of black motorist Rodney King. Then talks about that, but then it says, however, the deployment ordered by then President George H.W. Bush, a Republican, occurred at the request of then Governor Pete Wilson, another Republican. It is rare for a president to act without a governor's cooperation or request. In this case, Democratic Newsom has explicitly opposed Trump's deployment order. Hey, Dark Star, how you doing tonight? The military cannot. What you mean? They arrested? Man, they can't arrest. Newsom said that move is purposely inflammatory and will only escalate tensions. Newsom said on X Saturday, this is the wrong mission and will erode public trust. Wow. Oh, okay. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Wow. So about 300 members of the National Guard arrived in Los Angeles later Sunday morning, following 2 consecutive days of protest over immigration enforcement action. Izzy Gordon, communications director for Newsom, told CNN in the email Sunday. The League of United Latin American Citizens condemned Trump's order, saying the move marks a deeply troubling escalation in this administration's approach to immigration, a civil reaction to the use of military-style tactics. Democratic Representative Nanette Barragan of California also agreed. We asked for help. We didn't need this help. We haven't asked for help. We don't need this help. This is him escalating it, causing tensions to rise. It's only going to make things worse in a situation where people are already angry over immigration enforcement, said Barragan, who represents the city of Paramount, where troops have been deployed. Wow. Wow. So, Donald Trump usurped Governor Gavin Newsom's power, basically took his power. The National Guard is now reporting, the California National Guard is now reporting to Donald Trump. So if Donald Trump tells them to go and surround Gavin Newsom's residence so he can't leave to do whatever they would need him to do, they would do it. And there's nothing that Gavin Newsom could do about it, because the National Guard, even though they're under his jurisdiction, they're now reporting to the president. Think about that. If President Trump wanted to stop Gavin Newsom for doing something, he could tell the National Guard to surround Gavin Newsom's house. And there's nothing Gavin Newsom could do about it. When you say go after him, are you saying go after him in the court of law again? Is that what you're saying? They wasted a lot of taxpayer money last time in that long trial that didn't amount to too much. What you say, YWG? Dark Star, how do you feel about what's going on in LA? I know that immigration law and things that have been going on in immigration is real close to you. How do you feel about what's going on in California? And do you think that this is Donald Trump being excessive? Did he have the right constitutionally to go over Gavin Newsom's head? Did he have the right to go over constitutionally to go over Gavin? But and the reason I say constitutional is because Donald Trump has already said 2 or 3 weeks ago, maybe a little bit longer, he doesn't know if he has to follow the Constitution. So that's why these things are very important. There's a lot of Constitution law that's going on right now because he has already said that he doesn't think that he has to follow the Constitution, being that he's the president. How do we feel about that? Should anybody be exempt from the Constitution? And just the thought of saying that lets you know what the answer is. Should anyone be exempt from the Constitution of the United States of America? And why would Donald Trump think that he is outside the jurisdiction of the Constitution? Y'all don't think that's crazy? Y'all don't think that's crazy? Y'all don't think that it's crazy that no one has tried to temper what he's trying to do? Right. Dark Star said no one is exempt from the Constitution. Not even the president. Not even the president. Wow. YWG said the Constitution ain't worth the paper it was written on. And Donald Trump is proving it. Y'all agree with that? Do y'all agree with? Wow, YW, you going out there, brother. The Constitution ain't worth the paper it's written on, and Donald Trump is proving this. Do you all agree with this? Do you all agree with that statement? Donald Trump has the Supreme Court, Congress, Senate, and the House. So he's got the triangle. He's got the Supreme Court, the House of Representatives, and the Senate. Who is going to go against him? Nobody. What? Dark Star said, do I care if illegals get... Okay, illegals. No. Dark Star said the Constitution still has merit. Okay, the Constitution may still have merit, but if Donald Trump, if he doesn't adhere to what the Constitution says, how much merit does it have? when somebody tells you, I don't think I have to follow this rule, I don't think they're going to follow the rule. When he came out and said, I don't think I have to follow the Constitution, I'm the president. That right there lets you know he wasn't going to follow the constitutional rule. Where are the constitutional lawyers on the Democratic side? Where these? I understand that they have a triple majority, essentially. They have a triple majority because they have the Supreme Court, House, Senate. Where are the constitutional lawyers on the Democratic side of the aisle? Where are they at? When somebody says, I don't think I have to follow this rule, I think you need to find people that will say, yeah, you do have to follow this rule. When Donald Trump said that, didn't nobody come out and say nothing. Didn't nobody come out and say nothing. Didn't nobody come out and say, no, you do have to follow it. Didn't nobody come out and say nothing. They just left it where it was. Donald Trump says that he doesn't have to follow the Constitution. Nobody said anything. Right. Exactly, Dark Star. He should face the consequences as I would if I worked it. But he's not, it ain't happening. It ain't happening. It ain't happening. He's doing stuff at the highest level. If he's not following the Constitution, is it treasonous? Is it treasonous if he's doing things that don't follow the rule of the Constitution? Is that treason? Am I stepping out on a limb? Is it treason? If you're not following the law of the Constitution as the president, that's treason. Am I wrong? Am I wrong, y'all? Wouldn't that be treasonous? What's the definition of treason? Yeah, treason. The crime of betraying one's country, especially by attempting to kill the sovereign or overthrow the government. Is that treason, y'all? Is what Trump doing is it treasonous as the president to not follow the Constitution? Is it treasonous as a president to not follow the Constitution? Treason only implies in times of war. Is that true? Hold on. Ah, okay. Okay. So if treason only applies in times of war, I don't think so. Is a spy when a spy gets charged with spying, ain't that treasonous? I don't think it's in wartime. Dark Star said from enemies both foreign and domestic. Foreign or. And did he really give the oath if he didn't put his hand on the Bible? can you be held to an oath if you didn't put your hand on the Bible? Is the oath, if you don't put your hand on the Bible, did you really take the oath? Yeah, his hand wasn't on the Bible when he was taking the oath. Does that make the oath invalid? Or is the hand on the Bible symbolic? Is the hand on the Bible symbolic? Or does the hand have to be on the Bible for the oath to be enacted? YWG said they should have made him put his hand on the Bible. Okay. Even if it's the fault of the people, even if it's the fault of the people running the ceremony, does that still make the oath invalid if his hand was not touching the Bible? What I'm saying is, I'm thinking it is mandatory. When you take an oath, you have to have, when you take an oath, you have to, I don't know. So I mean, if we want to get real technical, could he say he didn't take the oath because he didn't put his hand on the Bible? Technically speaking, well, I don't think he used the Quran, Dark Star, not Trump. I don't think Donald Trump swore for his presidency on the Quran. Yeah, I would think so too, Judge. I would think that if his hand was not on the Bible, that the oath is invalid. I would think that the oath is invalid. If his hand is, how can the oath be validated if your hand is not on the Bible or whatever book of acceptance is used? I mean, usually it's the Bible, but I mean, I wish we had a historian in here who could tell us what was the. You know what? Hold on. Let's go to Chat GPT. Hold on, y'all. Let me pull up Chat GPT. Let me pull up Chat GPT. Hello, Chat GPT. Hello, Chat GPT. It's going good. How are you? I'm good. I'm good. So, if the president does not put his hand on the Bible during his inauguration, does that invalidate his oath? I'm saying if his hand is not touching the book of acceptance, whichever book he uses, does that invalidate the oath? Okay. The Constitution requires Donald Trump to take the oath, but it does not. The him putting his hand on the Bible was just symbolic. So no, it would not invalidate his oath. It remains valid regardless of he touched the Quran, the Bible. It doesn't matter. He didn't have to touch none of those, and the oath is still valid. Okay. Okay. So it seems as if in any instance of an oath, yeah, you're not required to have your hand on the Bible. That doesn't validate the oath. That's symbology. I guess that makes the person. I guess that makes that oath more more valid to the person because they had their hand on the Bible. I'm not sure. But if your hand is not on the Bible, it does not matter. The oath is still validated. So I don't even know why they bring it up when he didn't put his hand on the Bible. I don't even know why they brought it up because it wasn't like it was invalidated because he didn't touch the Bible. Okay, back to the illegals. YWG said the problem I have with them removing illegals and then putting it on turbo is now profiling comes into play and they just start grabbing and figuring it out later. Like the man that got sent to the American citizen that got sent to the prison in El Salvador, and they said, and the president of El Salvador said, "Oh no, he'll never see America again." Are we talking about him? Is that who we're talking about? I think I think President Trump's use of his powers seriously needs to be looked at. Because when a person tells you that I'm the president and I don't think I have to follow the Constitution, you need to pay attention closely to what he's doing as well. The Democrats haven't weaponized their constitutional lawyers the way that Donald Trump has weaponized his lawyers. I mean, the Democrats are going to have to start fighting Donald Trump the way that he's fighting them. I just I don't know what to say. Dark Star said during the 80s and 90s, when they had stop and frisk and thousands of black men were arrested, is it any different? Is it any different than ICE? YWG said it's more than that. It's more than just that. All of them folks they're grabbing can't be illegal. So you think that these people aren't getting due process to prove that they are not illegal? Is that what you're saying, YWG? these people aren't getting the due process to prove that they are illegal before they're shipping them off? Dark Star said not all black men were criminals either when people was getting. You bring up a valid point. You bring up a valid point. You bring up a valid point there, Dark Star. YWG said, what are the lawyers going to do? They don't have, I mean, they can, I mean, I'm not sure what they do. I'm not sure what they do. You put the overlay back on. My bad, y'all. Where's the chat overlay? I don't think I can have the chat overlay on this. Go back over there. Wow. Jug brought up a point. He said, Jug said they probably are not getting due process. That's only supposed to be for, that's only supposed to be for citizens. Correct? No, I wouldn't say that, Jug. I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that because even when we go to other countries and we arrest people and we bring them back here, they still have to get due. I mean, what is due process if someone doesn't want you to do? If someone has the power to not allow you to do something, what is due process? If a person has the power to take your due process, do you have due process? Yeah. Due process is for anyone on American soil. Yeah, that's what yeah. There are people that are here that are arrested if they're traveling here and they still have to get due process. You can't just railroad them because they're not American citizens. Nah, you can't. Yeah, you can't do that. Can't do that. And you don't have to be. Treason isn't a wartime crime. Yeah, treason. You can. You don't have. It doesn't have to be wartime for you to be treason. Treason is the crime of attacking a state authority to which one owes allegiance. This typically includes acts such as participating in a war against one's native country, attempting to overthrow it. Typically. But you can do something. It doesn't. You can commit treason while there's no war going on. Yeah, war. Yeah. You do something treasonous, it's treasonous, whether it's wartime or not. But what I'm asking is, if Donald Trump is not following the rule of the Constitution, is that is that attacking state authority? I'm just asking a question. I'm pretty sure that a constitutional lawyer on the Democratic side should be the. Can Donald Trump is Donald Trump beholden to the Constitution? Because, like he said 2 weeks ago, I don't even know if I have to follow the Constitution. I'm the president. But no one is exempt from the Constitution. Is going against the Constitution treasonous as the leader of the free world? As the leader of the free world. is going against the Constitution treasonous? That's my question. That's my question. As the president, is it treasonous to not follow the law of the Constitution, or is it just a felony? Is it a felony? Darkstar said, especially since illegals broke the law to begin with. YWG said, due process is there to figure out the particulars of how they got here. You cannot assume they did something. You have to investigate it. But are they really investigating it? Are they? They said that they're arresting people, they processing them through the deportation center, and they're putting them on a plane. And you all have already said that everyone that they're snatching up isn't illegal. Is that what the Supreme Court really told him? Is that I don't think they have slapped him on his hand a couple times. He hasn't had carte blanche, whatever goes. They have slapped him on the hand a couple times. I will say that. So even though there are more conservatives on the Supreme Court bench, they have everything that he has put through the Supreme Court has not been affirmed to his favor. So we can say that while they are conservative, they have gone against his wishes sometimes. We are in for a wild 3.5 years. If this is just the first 100 and something days, wait till after the midterm elections. After 2 years, that's when it's really going to get crazy. That's when it's really going to get crazy because he's really going to, oh man. Darkstar said, if they came here legally, where are their visas? I mean, if your visa's on your passport with your passport stamp, that's your and the visa form that you have to fill out. But I'm not sure. I'm not sure because I've never come into America as a non-citizen, so I'm not sure. But I have gone out of the country, and basically that stamp on your passport and the paper that you have to fill out prior to going on your trip is your visa. But if they wouldn't get their but you're right. You're right. You're 100% right, Darkstar. If they came legally, they would have a visa paper, visa stamp. Yeah. So if they came illegally, no, they don't have a visa. So you're saying them not having a visa alone is deport. Yeah, Student visas don't mean anything now. But the thing is will Donald Trump go after H-1B visas? Because those are the visas that Elon has told him are the most important. Will Donald Trump go after H-1B visas, which are predominantly held by people from India? Because most H-1B visas are going for people in the IT profession. Most H-1B visas are going to be high-level engineers, IT engineers. Will Donald Trump go after H-1B visas? What do you think, YWG? Will Donald Trump go after H-1B visas? And the reason I'm asking you that is because you work in a federal government contracting space and you work with a lot of Indians. Will Donald Trump go after H-1B visa holders? What do y'all think? There are lots of H-1B visa holders, and lots of those, and many of those H-1B visa holders, they start their green card process so that they can become U.S. citizens. YWG said he will go after H-1s if India pisses him off. Darkstar said he's going after the H-1Bs because they're STEM professionals. And he has said that there needs to be more American citizens in those STEM positions. Yeah, he is petty, but there's a lot of Fortune 500, Fortune 100, Fortune 50 companies that would really be against him going after H-1B visas. Don't you think? Lots of H-1B visa holders are the purveyors of America's IT infrastructure. Is that safe to say? We had an hour and 40 minutes in the show. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Hit the like button for your boy. That's how I grow the page. Hit the like button. Help me grow the page. Hit the like button. Vote for the poll. Let me go back and look at the poll while y'all thinking about what I just said. We got 9 votes. Under Trump, has the government been for the people? 78% no, 22% say yes. Correct. You can get deported, but usually they just tell you to pay the money to get your, yeah. But got petty in there right now, so yeah. I don't really think he would go after lots of I don't think he would go after the H-1B visa holders. Those are, lots of companies would implore him not to mess with the H-1B visa process. I think that's safe to say. I think that's safe to say. What do you all say? Yeah. But what I'm saying is, yeah, they're gonna do what they have to do for Donald Trump not to not go after H-1B visa holders. That's the last thing. That's the last thing any company. That's the last thing any company that has a high number of H-1B visa holders that are working in their IT departments, in their engineer departments. Yeah, these are people that they don't want to lose because Donald Trump messes with the H-1B visa process. I don't. Yeah, I mean, right now, yeah, exactly. The H-1B visa is it's not an easy process. It's not an easy process. It's not an easy process. But I don't think H1. But see, the thing about that is there was a time that Latinos were the preferred minority, and now that mantle of being the preferred minority has gone from Latinos to Indians and Chinese people. Because, like Dark Star said, those are going to be your people that are holding the high level, high paying STEM positions: science, technology, engineering, and math. Those are going to be your people who are holding those positions. And Donald Trump has said that he wants to do something to initiate more American citizens holding those positions and creating more opportunities through education and STEM programs. They're having a hard time. They're having a hard time. But for certain positions, yeah, they will do what they have to do to get those processes pushed through. Wow. 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 YWG, have you been seeing it? Have you been seeing any of that in Maryland and Virginia? Self-deporting? I don't think the people that have these high-paying government jobs are self-deporting. I think they're going to continue to get that money up until the last day they can get that money. I don't think these people are self-deporting. Not in the Washington, D.C. metro area. And I'm saying that for H-1B visa holders. Those people aren't self-deporting away from those salaries that they have. I could be wrong. I asked YWG, but I don't think that the people from the Indian community in the GMV are self-deporting. I don't see that. We're an hour and 46 minutes into the show. Probably gonna go for about 10 more minutes. We've had a lively discussion on Government for the people. Is the government for the people? And that's what we've tried to look at through these different situations. We talked about JFK Jr. for a little bit, not as much as I wanted to, where basically he has fired the entire the entire virus advisory committee with the CDC. He fired the entire committee today. I don't know, man. He fired the entire advisory council. And they've already said that there's a new and stronger C-19 out here. It's not C-19 no more. This is a new one. I don't know what it is. I don't know what to call it. The vid, whatever you want to say. But yeah, there's a newer strain out here. People here in Ohio and Northern Kentucky are back to wearing masks. Some people are wearing masks. I guess that's how you can, people are wearing masks again. People are wearing masks. But there's a new strain. He just fired the entire virus advisory committee in the CDC. So we'll see where that goes. We also tonight talked about the LA riots, ICE intervention. Should ICE be arresting people at children's graduations? Everything the government does is not ethical. It may get the job done, but it's not always ethical. Is it ethical to go to a graduation where you know that there's going to be many different generations, numerous generations of people there to see their loved ones graduate from high school? Is it really I mean, I guess, yeah, it is ethical. They came out in public and they did something wrong. They should be arrested. But is that a good lens? Is that a good lens? Is that a good lens? I will say this, that backed by popular demand, the ladies will be back Thursday. We're going to have the co-ed panel this week, and I will be the moderator. I will interject from time to time, but we will be having, we've had a panel, we've had the round table with just men, and we've had the round table with just women. Now we're going to have a co-ed panel. And Thursday night's discussion will be, does a woman's body count matter? And that's why we're having a co-ed panel, because men will have to tell why they think or why they don't think a woman's body count matters. And on the other side, we'll have the women that will be telling, they're going to be saying why a woman's body count doesn't matter. I don't think they're going to say that a woman's body count does matter, but hey, the women may surprise me. But yeah, backed by popular demand, the ladies will be back Thursday, along with a couple of fellas, where we will discuss, does a woman's body count matter? So be ready for Thursday. But yeah, we had a really good conversation. Wow. Darkstar said Trump wants to take money from the Ivy League schools and give it to the vocational schools. Maybe. Hit the like button on your way out. Hit the like button. Help the page grow. The community's growing. More people are coming on a nightly basis. I'm getting more views. Hit the like button. Let's grow this page. We can get more interaction. The adult conversations will continue to get better. Hit the like button. Give no quarter. They are in Irving, Texas. Okay. Okay. YWG, I will get with you, my brother. I will get with you. But yeah. Okay, it does matter. Okay. So, to the people that just came in, we had a really, really good discussion tonight talking about Donald Trump, the government, Doge, ICE, Elon Musk, JFK Jr., Department of Health and Human Services. We covered lots of different topics in terms of the government and talking about, is the government for the people? And we had a poll and basically said that no, under Donald Trump, the government has not been for the people. 22% believe that yes, the government under Donald Trump has been for the people. And we talked about different scenarios tonight. We talked about the LA riots. We talked about all different types of things tonight. But yeah. We should really, really pay attention to what's going on in the United States because, like some people said earlier, will black people be who will be the next group, the next minority melanated group of people that will be targeted by the government? I said that us as black Americans, FBAs, African Americans, we have always been under the microscope. So I don't see that as being a change. We've always been under the microscope. We'll continue to be under the microscope. But who will be the next minority group that's going to be targeted? I am going to go out on a limb and say Chinese immigrants. China is the country that is posing the most threat to the United States. And we all know that even though people from China are here and there are Chinese Americans, they have a nationalistic identity of dealing with China. That's one thing that you don't hear talked about in America a lot, unless it's the Olympics, is that other countries are very, very nationalistic to where they are from. Very, very nationalistic. Americans are nationalistic sometimes on who the person is that's representing America, what color they are, different things of that nature. But other countries are very, very nationalistic, and yeah, it's different in America. You don't hear nationalism, nationalistic ideology. You don't hear those things talked about in America like you do in other countries. So I'm going to go out on a limb and say that Trump is probably going to target Chinese Americans, people of Chinese descent. They are the most formidable, what you would say was a combat enemy of the state. So I would say that after this immigration kick, that the next group of minorities in America that will be targeted and harassed to some nature will be the Chinese. Now, I don't know nothing like nobody else, but that's just who I feel like is going to be the next group of people.
Lab Addicts Music Group.
We'll be back tomorrow with another adult conversation. Not sure what it's going to be yet. But I do know that Thursday Thursday's conversation with the ladies. Does body count matter? Does a woman's body count matter? So